What's up, guys? It is Sam here, and tonight I have some straight up gold for you. It is November 20th at 11:41 p.m., and I just finished up the research ranking all of the candidates that were just in the debate. The debate started, as you can see here on the screen, on the 20th, which is today. And what I did is I took all of the candidates. Well, 11 of these candidates. I'm not sure if I included one that wasn't in the debate. I didn't actually watch the debate or pay attention to it. And then I stack ranked them on 3 different time periods over the past 7 days, past 24 hours, and the past 4 hours of Google search volume. Google's the largest site in the planet, so it captures a tremendous amount of data, and it happens to correspond with the debate. So let's see who actually won before some opinion poll comes out with two talking heads saying Elizabeth Warren won or Joe Biden won this. Let's take a look at the data and see who actually won, right? So with that being said, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, it's good to freaking see you. Now, this is what I use to get the data. Google Trends. And Google Trends captures all the data that people put into the search bar, right? So any term or phrase that somebody searches, it's tracked on Google Trends, and you can search to see how much time has come up. And so what we do is we just put all the candidates across the top and compare and see who has the highest in terms of search volume on average over the time period. And we started with the most previous 7 days. This is the building up period to the debates, right? So I wanted to include this because I do think this captures some valuable information. You can see here that looks like coming up to the last couple of days here, Joe Biden's actually been gaining ground. Interesting, right? So that's why I think it captures some valuable data in the 7 day period. But when you jump into the last 24 hours, it's also super interesting because you get to see how jagged it is. Clearly, this person, Julian Castro, is not in the debate, or no, he probably just was not in the debate, I would bet, just based on looking at this data. But anyways, I took all of this and the 4 hour period, and I put it together into a spreadsheet, and then I took an average. So I took 25% from the 7 day average, or 25% from the 7 day, 25% from the 24 hour, and 50% from the most recent 4 hours, because that captures the most valuable information of who's captured the most interest from the debate. Who said the most compelling thing that people had to go Google them so to figure out more about this person, right? That's what we're trying to capture here. Not some opinion, which, anyways. So this is what I did. I stuck it all into a spreadsheet, and this is actually what I came up with. So I didn't actually put these pictures in order, so I apologize for that, but what we have is Pete Buttigieg is number 1. Tulsi Gabbard is number 2. We have a tie between Andrew Yang and Joe Biden, and Bernie Sanders is coming in 5th. So this is kind of interesting. This is all live. I just did this, and we see that Pete actually pulled out number 1 in the 7 days. He was number 1. He slipped to number 2 over the past 24 hours, and then over the past 4 hours. But Gabbard went from 6th in the 7 day down to 1st over the past 24 hours, and 1st over the last 4 hours. So whatever she's saying is really, really capturing people's interest in a way that causes them to go seek out more information, because these are individuals who are going to Google and searching for her name on there. So this is what we're ranking it on. The American public's collective, what they're interested in. I'd love to hear your comments down below. If you use the hashtag Stolt, so hashtag Stolt, the channel name, I can actually search for the comments. When I go into my analytics, like the back end of it, I can search for hashtag Stolt, and I can pull up comments like these here and answer them at the end of the video. So if you want your comment answered or talked about at the end of a video, use hashtag Stolt, and then it has a chance of getting in at the end. There's a bunch of comments, so I don't always get to all the comments, because otherwise Otherwise, I would just be talking for hours straight. But anyways, we're going to jump right into that. And the first comment we have is from Sean Barry. What's good, Sean? Thank you so much for the comment. Hey, Sam Stolt, Kai Watson, K. Watlor, Major Yang YouTuber. Wow. That just was very challenging for me. YouTuber and fan of yours wants to interview you. Please contact him. Oh, sweet. I had no idea. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Sean. If you guys know of anybody who has a YouTube channel, has a podcast, has a big fucking Instagram, or has a Facebook shit, like, or is in traditional, like, old school media, like radio or television, and they want some news about what's actually happening based upon the data, I think I could provide them and their audience a tremendous amount of value through talking about and showing more people what we're actually doing here. So if you agree, then share my info with somebody, because I didn't have them get in contact with me. I managed like everything myself. So that way we can put something together and spread this message of what we're doing versus like polling data and how we have done things in the past. Like, I get there's a good intention and everything like that, but I mean, there's like maybe 1,000 people in a poll, a couple thousand if you're lucky, versus like tens of millions of searches on the largest site in the planet. I don't know. You guys let me know what you down below. And use the hashtag Stolt. You can get into the video. Now, move on to the next comment from Chris Baker. What's good, Chris Baker? In response to the methodological guy's comment, that was a previous video. If you want to check out any of the previous videos, go back to the channel and just scroll through. The National Power Rankings video is straight fire. You should check that shit out. Yang Gang tweets on the regular, and from what I see, we're donating a lot on a regular basis. People always posting their receipts, and even YouTube creators are raising money from donations for the campaign. So in short, Yang Gang is killing it in the donation sector as more and more people jump on the Yang train. Chris Baker, I've seen this on Twitter and I've seen this on YouTube, what you're talking about, and I think you put it together and you wrapped it all in very, very nicely, because that right there has a ripple effect, is what you're talking about. I mean, it has a direct explicit like effect in terms of like people raising the money, right? That's one. But then when they share it, that has an amplifying ripple effect. And the same thing really happens with YouTube, where the YouTube creators are actually posting his links, like Yang 2020 or whatever, so driving more traffic to his website, and that's probably exactly why his website ranks so well. Out of all the other candidates' websites, his website ranks very well. So that is actually a very, very awesome point, Chris. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Moving on to Music Spinner. Awesome. This is in regards to a TikTok video, just for reference. TikTok is absolutely destroying Facebook and Instagram in terms of search volume on YouTube. So if you look, the line just goes up like this, and Facebook's coming down, and Twitter's coming, and Instagram's coming down in terms of people actually searching for these names. So that was super interesting data to see, because nobody else is talking about it. You should go check out that video. But this is in reference to that from Music Spinner. What's good, Music Spinner? Also, another super valuable insight is comparing numbers, views, dislikes, comments, sentiment. Yes, I agree 100%. 100%. I've done a couple videos on that, I believe, and it's super fun and interesting to see, and takes a long time. If I can turn this into something a little bit more like of cash, so that I don't have to continue working, I could do that. Or there's this idea that I'm playing around with my mind, like, could just live off my savings for a while. I don't know, but this is kind of the direction I would like to go to try to get a better understanding, or just like a weekly synopsis on kind of like what I'm seeing, the intuition that I'm building by like doing the research for all these, because I capture a lot more information by doing the research, but I try to synthesize the best parts together for you guys to try to put together the big picture. But there's also lots of other data that I see that I don't necessarily put into those rankings. So maybe doing a weekly recap or something like that. Let's jump down to political soapbox for Iowa primary, liberal, and justice creation. I excel the data similar to you for a few of these events, and Yang absolutely crushed it. It's becoming more difficult to tabulate now, though, with the several fan channels reposting videos. So I consider this as in what he's referencing right there is you have people who follow these candidates who talk about them online. So if you have a abnormally large number of candidates of creatives on YouTube who are talking about a candidate more than any other candidate, that there's an amplifying effect of that, right? And Andrew Yang is that candidate on YouTube, where there's a lot of other people that talk about him on YouTube, so all of their audiences continue to see more of his content because they're talking about him. So that's kind of interesting. Also, I've been shocked that even 538 does not do this kind of analysis already. I don't know what 538 is, but yeah, you should tell them they should, because this shit's fire. And there's many business opportunities where you can use this. I've got some awesome videos coming up on Tesla planned. So if you guys want to see the videos on Tesla where I compare this to like the Audi and the BMW, press that subscribe button. It's coming up soon. So I think this, let's see, for the whole claim of fame is being data driven. It is 100% needs to be more data driven. If you listen to their podcast, though, it's clear they have their heads somewhere that doesn't see much light. Probably what people say about me, honestly. Like it's fucking midnight and this is what I'm doing. I could definitely see there being serious value in another political analysis outlet that goes deep on web-based metrics. Right now, it is looking like bet on Andrew Yang. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts about this, about kind of turning this into more of a series, or maybe even having people on to talk about what we're doing here and their thoughts or ideas about the power rankings and what we're using this framework that I'm creating to analyze data and look for different types of insights. And I'm curious to know what you think down below. On the way down there, you can jump into the description and check out all my other social. TikTok is blowing the F up. My TikTok is up like 4x in the past month. So you should check out my TikTok, link in the description, but you should check it out for yourself. It'll be the fastest way you can use social, in my opinion, to grow a large amount of attention. So anyways, appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon.